Yeah. Mama said there'd be days like this. There'd be days like this. Welcome to That's All Funny. I want to introduce my guest. He's a hilarious man, recently known for winning a golden ticket on the Kill Tony podcast. If you don't watch that, then I'm sorry you don't get it. But he's a funny dude. His name is Rick Diez. How you doing, Rick?
Yes, sir. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm tired of existing. The same old, same old.
I feel
Um,
you.
yeah. I don't know. It's just tiring. So I know you were just here in because I'm from San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
So you were here in Texas for a good chunk of time, right?
Yes, I was there for 5 weeks. I was in Austin for 5 weeks.
That's cool. No, how was it? Like, I know you got to do a lot of Kill Tony stuff and comedy stuff. But was there any other things you partook in? Like, for instance, I don't know, the food, the women, the men, the strip clubs, poker. I know they have a poker club there. You did any of
Oh,
that?
do they? Oh, I'm glad I didn't find out about that.
Yeah, no, they have a
Yeah,
the
yeah.
poker lodge. I think you need to pay a fee and then you can like just play
Oh, okay. Yeah.
poker there.
I know.
But
I'm
yeah,
retired
what?
from poker. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
No, I mean, I wasn't very good, but good enough to play weekly games. But yeah.
But you're retired.
Yeah, yeah. I retired before I lost any money, so I
Hmm.
think either I broke even or was a little bit a little bit ahead, so no problem. Yeah, I was
Oh
in
yeah.
Austin for 5 weeks. I was hoping to visit more of Texas, but with the Kill Tony thing playing out the way it did, it kind of kept me in town because I wanted to really prepare each of the shows, and I also got more shows locally. So I went to Dallas right at the end of my trip because I got a nice opening spot for Russell Peters.
Hmm.
And besides that, that's the only time I got out.
I'm sorry for you about going to Dallas. Dallas is yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know about Dallas.
it is what it is. I had been there before. It was okay, but I mean, I had a great show, so I was definitely happy to go this time.
No, that's
I
good.
did, yeah. I had barbecue. I went to Barton Springs. I went uh, further up on another segment of the Colorado River.
Hmm.
I went up north to see a high school football game. I uh, I ate a lot of Mexican food.
Hell
No
yeah.
strip clubs. No, yeah, no strip clubs. Apparently,
Man.
it's a big thing because people keep asking me about strip clubs, but
Yeah, I know in Austin there's, those couple of pretty famous ones, the Red Rose and the
yeah.
Yellow Rose. I know here in San Antonio when I did have money, I'm broke right now, but they had an all nude one,
Oh
which
wow.
was pretty
Okay.
cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Although I'm not really like a fan of like anything from the I like the butt, but like anything from the bottom down, like see I'd rather use my imagination, them have more clothes on than off, you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah, I like to paint my own picture in my head,
yeah.
instead of
I'd rather
um
create my own picture at home with
yeah.
yeah with a
co-
consenting person. That's
no, consent's great.
yeah, yeah. Consent's
That's
fantastic.
yeah. If I can't get consent as a second, that's the second option. But the first option's always consent. The second
I mean,
option's
yeah, I would argue that in a strip club, consent is sort of contractually implied to whatever the contract is of that strip club.
yeah. But nowadays it's
Yeah,
tricky. In a strip club you have to like ask now, and it's awkward.
yeah.
Because I shouldn't have to. Like, I don't know, whatever. I don't want to get into the
Okay.
politics
Yeah.
of
Do not get into
strip
the politics.
into strip clubs.
Yes.
So when you did go to Austin, was
Yeah.
your original plan to do Kill Tony? Like, I know everything kind of fell into place.
Yeah. No.
Like you got there what the first week you were on, and then man, everything was just like written in the stars almost. Was that your plan, or did you go there for other reasons?
I mean, I was there to do stand up. I wanted to travel to Austin to do stand up. I met other people during my stay that had been doing the same, and we were overlapping in our trips. Either more experienced or less experienced people, But like Austin is driving comedians to Austin because of
Mm-hmm.
Kiltony and Mothership and all of those things, and
Yeah.
the fact that you can do open mics for free instead of having to pay like in other bigger towns. So it's a big active scene that you can access pretty easily, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I thought I had been in Texas before, and I really liked it. And I thought, well, it's perfect. Like I get to go to Texas. Worst case scenario, I can travel around. But things fell into place way. Like people were asking me whether I like whether I had like contacts or it was like rigged for me to get into it and get all of that. And I was just I got pulled like almost at the end of the show, and I was just waiting out there with all the 100+ other comedians, just thinking tonight's not my night, you
Yeah,
know?
no, it did seem like a fixed. So I mean, I
Yeah,
didn't think it was fixed because I know it's not fixed. Like
yeah, yeah.
if that's the case, we'd have stars there every week. It wouldn't just
Of
be
course, yeah.
you all of a sudden. So I know
The
you earned that.
the
Earned that.
Yeah, the Norwegian guy that also got pulled, Andreas back, that I become friends with during
Mm-hmm.
my stay because he stayed also for there for a few weeks. He also arrived like the day before or the day off. It was just very. We were just so lucky, both of us.
Yeah, no, I figured yours was like even more. Like I said, written the stars. Do you I have it written here. Do you think like the future is already written, or do you think free will is predetermined by a higher power or anything? Do you believe in that?
I believe in neither of those things. I think things happen when you least
Mm-hmm.
expect them, but the negative or positive. But things do happen when you are in the location and mental framework for them to happen.
Yeah, so you were right place, right time. Basically,
Exactly. Yeah.
like, yeah, it
Yeah.
just fell together. No, that's good. So I just saw Monday's episode of Kill Tony, the one with Jamar and Kim Congdon, and
Yeah.
you were there, and you were. I loved it, like how Tony was saying you were challenging Hans Kim like the old wrestling days where you're like Ric Flair calling him out, you're a classic heel. It's like,
Yeah.
why do you want his job? I just want his job. I don't care. Like, I don't even care if I lose everything. I want to. It's more about pride or something than anything. Just winning.
Well, I mean, I'm a UFC fan as well, and I watched wrestling when I was a kid.
Hmm.
And to quote the great Max Holloway, to beat the best, you have to beat the best. And and they felt, well, here I have a chance, and who's the best here? Like, we're not who's established, who's the one that everybody's afraid of, who's the one that keeps beating everyone, and who is
Hmm.
also a good stylistic matchup, right? So who makes sense? So to me, it makes sense to challenge Hams
Oh
more
yeah,
than it
because
made sense to challenge Cam or William, uh, just because our styles match so well.
You're right, and you're both like I wouldn't the undercard's not the right word. You're both like in that same weight class almost, literally, and as far as your comedy goes, like yeah, you're not gonna go against a William because he's a wild card or a Cam, which he got pulled too from the bucket, right? Like his was kind of the same as yours, like a story of the right
Yeah.
place at the right time.
Mm.
I did you I know I haven't that newest episode of Kill Tony hasn't come out yet. I don't want to ask you for any
Yep.
spoilers, but
No, no.
did you end up like challenging him, or is it saving till New Year's?
I mean, I think everything is pretty clear in the one that came out last Monday. So
Okay,
this
yeah,
this this going week, where the event will take place at New Year's Eve.
hell yeah,
So
no that
so on next Monday's episode, there is no challenge.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was just
No.
because yeah, it
Yeah.
got pretty complicated when they were like, oh, you
Yeah,
have
it
to
was a lot
basically
of back
wait.
and forth. Yeah. So maybe for some people it's not clear, but it was all set in stone on that day.
Yeah,
The
it was
event will
like
take
a
place. Yeah.
whoever wins twice is the winner, and it's like okay, that isn't
Yeah,
that's
but
a
then
little
they
too
were
much.
changing their mind on stage, and they were
Yeah,
like, I think Tony was navigating the situation and navigating Red Band's ideas on the fly. So yeah, but he did very well because I had my initial proposal, and then he upscaled it to let's just have it at New Year's Eve, which
yeah.
makes sense. Which makes
No,
sense.
yeah, yeah. It is
Yeah,
event. It is an event of worthy
yeah.
of a venue like that for you to face him, and I don't know. It sounds
I don't,
exciting.
I I don't know that I would have ever seen myself as being the worthy event of an arena of several thousand people 2 months ago. But I guess I worked hard towards making it happen, and I got lucky that I also did good sets every week,
Hmm.
presented good jokes, was focused during the interviews, and tried to be funny during all of those interviews, one after the other. It was a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah. You feel
Yeah,
so natural in there. Where yeah,
yeah.
Hans. I mean, Hans is funny, but it
He
seems like
is.
he's got to work really hard to be funny. Where you're more calm
Well,
and you're more self-defecating while he's more topical and
yeah, exactly. I mean, my comedy is self-deprecation, and for the most part, I received some comments of people saying you should change your jokes for New Year's Eve. I'm like, this is my act. If you don't like my act, watch another act. There are other acts. Like I've been really thinking about my act. Yeah, not all of my jokes are self-deprecating, but they were the ones that made sense for Kill Tony for the format. I have also some slightly longer jokes, but I wanted to pack as many punchlines as I could in a minute. So I had to make strategic choices to have a good set. Because I
yeah, and
knew if I
mhm.
had one bad set, they would just drop on me. So I
Yeah.
couldn't afford any mistakes.
No, and you've been hitting them all consistently out of the park,
Yeah.
like so I could see why why would you have five perfect set or not perfect, but great sets
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
at the challenge of a lifetime, let me change it up. Let me do
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Yeah. No,
I
I'm
don't know.
gonna do me. I'm writing now. I'm gonna do as many shows as I can. I still have a few jokes that I didn't say on Kill Tony, so I got a few what do you call it, bullets, but still in my chamber, and I'm writing new ones, and we'll see where that goes. I have no expectations. My only expectation is get there and really try to just work hard and do as well as possible.
Yeah, and you've proven that you can do that. You've done it
Yeah.
literally 5 weeks in a row, no slowing down. And I'm sure you've done other places, like I said, that aren't even
Oh
really
yeah.
on film, or maybe we haven't seen from Kill Tony where you've done great, like
Yeah. Oh
consistently.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
not just those 5 times.
Yeah, I've also bombed 2 or 3 times this week. So it's
Well,
fun.
that's
Yeah,
good because
yeah,
victory was in Batman. Victory starts defeating you. You need to get knocked
yep,
down a bit to
oh, yeah,
realize, okay, never mind. Maybe I don't know.
yeah.
But then people are just weird. What's this question I have here? Who do you side with, Palestine or is no? We don't need to. Did
I side with peace.
oh, okay, so you
Yeah,
didn't choose anyone.
no,
Did you grow up over there, like in Europe, where
yeah, yeah.
or
I was born
wherever
in
you're from?
Spain. I was born in
Okay.
Spain. Grew up in Spain a little bit. Then moved to Belgium.
Okay, because you're not all like I don't know the humor there in Spain, but as far as like over there in Europe, they have that different sense of humor. The Benny Hill where you run really fast with the music, and
Well,
as
Belgium has
far
a long-standing culture of humor. They hold the world championships of dark humor, apparently, that I've never attended. But they have a long-standing humor culture, mostly in comic strips,
Really?
in comic books. Yeah, there's a whole industry. Like the biggest comic book industry outside of the US is in Belgium. Maybe
Hmm.
in France, but like in the French-speaking world. But there's like a lot of very, very big authors. Like Tintin is Belgian. There's many characters that have been developed in Belgium, and a lot of great authors here. So there's a lot of, and I've been reading all of that since I'm a kid. And a lot of it is very sarcastic humor, very pretty elevated humor, a lot of commentary, a lot of self-deprecation. So there's a I've been reading funny stuff since I'm a child.
I know. Is Finland around there?
It's north. It's further north. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like if you're in Texas and you're looking at Canada, I guess.
Oh, really? Dang, that far? Jeez.
Almost, not that far, not that far,
But
but
that's
yeah,
by perspective. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I used to talk to a chick in Finland, like a lesbian,
Mm,
on the internet, and she would tell me a
okay.
lot about. She would tell me a lot about Finland and over there how they call biscuits cookies and all that weird lingo, and I don't know,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah. A lot
yeah.
of things are twisted up. And also
uh,
In Belgium we have a since a long time we had access to British TV,
mhm.
so we also had access to British humor.
Yeah, I've never really caught
Mm.
on. I mean, they have The Office, which became a
Yeah.
huge success over here. But it started out over there. Nobody knows that, I guess, or barely
Mm.
anybody knows that. But yeah, British humor is just kind of odd. Do you think you incorporate any of that, like
I think so
humor
to an
into your?
extent.
Uh huh.
Mostly I think the self-deprecation. British people are quite self-deprecating because they see
Hmm.
a lot of the British humor is based around just making fun of how sad and pathetic they are. And if you guys don't agree, watching me from Britain, sorry, but you are.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
But
just messing around, but yeah,
but Americans are fat and all that, so we've got our own
you got your
issues.
problems. Yeah, and British
Uh,
people are not that small either, by the way.
and then they call it soccer football over there, right?
No, 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 no. You guys call football soccer.
Oh, so we call soccer football, not y'all
Yeah,
call
you guys changed the name
soccer.
because you already had a sport called football, but football is football in every like over 160 countries except
Uh-huh.
in the US.
Yeah, it's called soccer.
Yeah, for some strange reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why, because football, you use your foot, or
Mm.
football, as you would call it, I guess, you use your feet.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. No, it makes
football
total
over here,
sense. Yeah.
you use your hands, sometimes your
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That sounds just like a pissing contest type
It
ordeal.
doesn't matter. They're both sports. People have a reason to cheer for a team, and it keeps people busy watching TV. In both
But
cases.
but I do know, like, you all, not you personally, but like people over there take football very
Yeah.
seriously, where people like
Yeah.
die over it, right?
No, that's an American stereotype. A lot of people are casual fans, just watching the Sunday game, like American fans are watching their football game.
Really? Oh,
Yeah. Then
wow.
there are small groups of hardcore fans in almost any stadium that take it really seriously. But like for example, if you go to Real Madrid stadium, it's between, I don't know what the capacity is now because they keep changing the seating, but it's gonna be between 80 and 100,000 people, and the number
Damn.
of hardcore fans in the stadium is gonna be less than 1,000. And everybody else is tourists, families, like people coming in with their kids, like just want to watch the game, and they're
Yeah, yeah.
fans, but it's just a sport and it's an entertainment.
Yeah, well, I could say too that regular football over here is the
Yeah.
same thing. Like, there's your super fans that fight in the stadium over teams and this and that.
The the reason why it gets a bit more complicated here is because there's I guess an older history, and you'll get teams are more associated with a city than and with a country. So
Mhm.
sometimes you'll be really fighting, you'll be fighting, your team will be playing a team from a town or from a country where there's been some historical conflicts,
Mhm.
and the people watching the game are projecting all of those conflicts into that football game, you know. But
Yeah, I hear
that's, I
you.
mean, that's a bit, it's just projection of frustration, and yeah, that's it.
Do do you think people will be projecting in your you versus Hans, where it's like,
Well,
Spain versus Korea or whatever he's from?
well, Korea beat Spain in the Korea and Japan World Cup, and they stole the game from us. And when I say it was a pure thievery. They were just canceling goals and showing red cards for inexistent penalties, and it was just terrible. So if it's Korea versus Spain, there's really a storyline of vengeance.
That makes it even better. What was the referee like? A Korean, like his eyes were kind of, he couldn't see or anything, like the you know the squinty eyes.
Are we back?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
honestly, I think there's no point. It's fun as long as it's fun.
Hmm.
I think Korean people are fun people. They're serious, working, hardworking people, and they have good food. They just steal football games from Spanish people. That's all.
We all can't be
Yeah,
perfect. Yeah, I get you. I get you.
yeah,
We all have our vices and our
yeah.
issues. Um, as far as like when you were here in Austin, I know you met a bunch of influential people. I'm sure, especially like Tony Red Band. Goes without saying. Was there anyone you met throughout this whole thing, this whole 5 weeks of fury or whatever you do call it, that really like influenced you? Like you went back to your country, like, man, I like this person changed my life, or and
I
I'm
mean,
not excluding that Kill Tony did that, but someone else like around here.
things that are public information now and that I can easily talk about. Clearly, Tony Hinchcliffe and Red Band have changed my
Mhm.
life, right? So Tony gave me the golden ticket. That was his decision and only his decision.
Mhm.
And him and Red Band created a platform where I had my shot. So without any of that, I wouldn't be talking to you. So that's
Yeah,
number
of
one.
course.
Russell Peters gave me an opening spot for him out of the kindness of his own heart. He didn't have to do any of that. It was just I had a chance to meet him, and he just offered. So he wasn't pressured into any of it. So it was a beautiful opportunity given to me by him. I'm really grateful. And then during every single show I've done of Kill Tony, I've been and outside I've been able to meet some really good comedians and some comedians that I admire. Like in the Ric Flair episode, that everybody keeps talking about Ric Flair, but at the end of the day, I got to meet Shane Gillis, Mark Normand, Ari Shafir, Louis J. Gomez in one day. I
And
mean,
Ric Flair.
that's
And Ric Flair.
and
Come
Ric
on,
Flair.
man.
Yeah, I met Ric
Yeah.
Flair. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into Ric Flair, but like
Yeah, yeah.
comedically, like how many people can you meet in one day? It was
No.
incredible, and and then in the coming episode of next week, I got to meet somebody I really respect, and all of these people have told me things like good writing, you're onto something. They thought I was really good for somebody who had only been doing comedy for 4 years. So if anything, I know that I've only been doing comedy for 4 years, but at least I feel really validated. My confidence is through the roof that I'm working towards something.
No, definitely. Yeah. And
Yeah,
yeah, and you know very well they don't say that stuff lightly, and like you said, you weren't begging for these spots. You earned them, like
yeah,
through just your own comedic ability, and that's no, that's amazing. Like you are really funny. Like fucking watch you and laugh, and there's other comedians, they're like, even like the skanks and all that. It's not my cup of tea. I could get why they're respected. They are very they're funny, but they have their own audience. But
yeah. I have
yeah,
my own
yours.
audience.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
some
everyone
people,
has their
some
own audience.
people, Sorry. Yeah, some people don't think I'm funny. Some people don't like me, but it's fine. Like I think we all have our space, and I feel like anybody that has managed to build a huge audience has put in so much work. It takes so much work to like do your social media, do your podcasting, do your traveling, your touring, your writing, performing. It's hours and hours and hours of obsessive
Mhm.
work. So if a comedian is successful and he's not your cup of tea, just keep in mind that's a guy that's working like a maniac to have whatever he has, and he deserves
Mhm.
respect out of that. If he's funny, then that's fantastic to you, like great, like he makes you laugh. If not, he's still a human being with families and bills, and he's working hard.
Yeah. He's
You
just
know,
working, like,
yeah,
the way that you describe how comedy is, it reminds me of those old wrestling days where the wrestlers would travel, they would have their own
yeah,
territories, and they would go from here to there, and yeah, just, staying relevant, defending your championship, like,
yeah. Defending your image. Yeah,
uh-huh, I admire that because you have one bad show and it could echo everywhere, especially nowadays with social media, but to
I
stay as
mean
consistent as you've been. Mm.
the bad show could be the one at New Year's Eve in front of that crowd. You never know. If anything, if I bomb hardcore on that one, well, at least I'll have a reel, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be a nice
Yeah,
bookend to all this, right?
yeah, just a disaster ending. It'd be very funny. Comedically, it'd be incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
I hope it doesn't happen, but
no,
comedically, yeah,
but story wise, it would be hilarious for you to just completely like dud. I don't know. Yeah,
yeah.
you're right, but I hope that doesn't happen. I
Me
wish
too.
y'all. I wish you all that luck. Last question
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
What's your favorite type of apple?
Of the fruit,
Yeah, yeah. Like
uh,
there's like 100 types of apples. Do you
yeah,
have a favorite type of apple?
yeah. No apples. I hate apples.
You do? You hate apples?
I hate apples so much.
You don't
I
even.
hate apple juice. I hate all of the apples.
Well, apple juice is mostly
It's
sugar, so
disgusting.
I could see that, but you've never like
No,
apples
I've
that like.
kind of the redder apples are better than the greener apples, but all of the
Oh yeah.
apples can be replaced by so many other fruits that taste nicer.
What's your favorite fruit? What's your go-to fruit?
Watermelon.
Oh yeah, watermelon's fucking sweet. Have you ever tried that
Yeah.
yellow watermelon?
Yeah, it tastes like red watermelon.
Yeah,
It's bizarre. It's like,
yeah,
what?
yeah,
It's just the same.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I
Oh,
mean,
and
yeah.
over there in Britain, do they have like the blue watermelons by Japan or anywhere?
No, no. I'm curious to try that one day. But it looks super expensive, right?
Yeah, yeah. They're all
Yeah.
square and shit.
But that's because they grow them in molds.
Mhm.
I've seen that
Mhm.
in China. They'll do that with other fruits as well. But like they'll grow fruits in molds, and it like with little Buddha molds or little face molds.
Or little heart molds.
Yeah, yeah. They put
Yeah.
the mold on the plant as it's growing, so then it just stays like that.
God, dude. No wonder why that fucking virus came out of there. They do weird shit over there. Uh, but yeah, no, I want to thank you for your time today,
No problem. It's my
Rick
pleasure.
Diaz. I know I have your Instagram here, your YouTube here. Anywhere else they could find you? The people of the world.
I'm on TikTok. I just post reels on TikTok. I'm on Twitter where I post almost nothing. But if you want to follow me there, follow me there. You'll see barely anything. I'm not very active on it. I just opened a Reddit, so you can find me on Reddit, Sadman Rick.
Ooh,
I'm
ooh,
Sadman Rick on everything. Okay, there's a
okay,
Patreon coming. The,
okay.
the
No,
account
that's good.
exists.
I don't
The
know
account
about
exists. Yeah.
I don't know
The
about
plan.
what is it? Reddit though. I'm not sure about Reddit.
It's fine. Just heckle me as much as you want on any platform. I don't really care. Just bring on the pain. I'll repost any funny meme. I'm happy to do that. But yeah, my go-to is Instagram. So
Mhm.
find me there
No.
for the most part.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, I have your Instagram there, Sadman Rick, your YouTube, Sadman Rick.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I hope you nothing but success. I hope being over there for this little while till you come back on New Year's doesn't soften you up, to
Oh
where you
no.
come back unstretched and unready for battle. 'Cause
Yeah.
you have to represent the people of Spain. I'm a Hispanic, so I'm thinking I'm in that same boat. I'm not sure.
If you're happy that I represent you, I'll happily do so.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're a good representation than that other dude. But I'm on your side. I'm with him. But yeah, no, I want to thank you for your time here. I wish you nothing but the best. I hope
Same to
when
you.
yeah, I appreciate it. When you do come back, I hope you hit the ground running again, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you in whatever you do.
Thank you very much for having me, and look forward to this being out.
Yeah, take care, everyone, and bye.